Hi, today I'm going to make a boarding booking and I'll go over a few areas in the boarding calendar. So we'll just open it, clicking the boarding calendar option. And here we go. So we have our dates across the top. We have our list of runs that we've defined going down, and you can scroll here to change the dates. Now we've got two bookings that we've defined already. There's one that's been checked out and completed and invoiced, and here's one that's currently checked in. And you can use the scroll bar here to see all your runs. Up here you can quickly go to a date just by clicking the date in the calendar. You have a number of view options under here, so you can choose what data you show on the bookings, and for example if you want to limit it to only see certain run types. And lastly, down the bottom you've got an area where you can type in notes relating to the day. There's also an area up here where you can run a number of reports, which all relate to the bookings shown on the calendar. Now going along the top we have our ribbon, and if you select one of the bookings you'll then get these booking options available. So you can create a new booking, you can open the existing booking, you can also do that by double clicking the booking. You can view or edit the customers and pets of that booking, you can delete it, you can rebook it. So if you want to repeat this booking at a future date, click rebook, and you can look at the status and change the status there. If you take deposits, you can add a deposit for the booking with add deposit, or you can create an invoice when the booking is completed. And if you have set up confirmations to be sent when you create a booking, click resend confirmation to have that sent again. Uncompleted bookings, this shows a list of bookings that are in the past which have not been checked out. So they may be still checked in, for example. You can set days as holidays just by selecting a date and then choosing day as holiday. This doesn't really do much, it just shows you by having the date in red that it is a holiday. Click day as working to set it back again. If you are closed for check-ins and check-outs though, you can do boarding closed. And what this does, it grows the date out, and so you won't be able to create bookings that check in or check out on that date, but you can have bookings that go over that date still. Okay, under navigate here, you've got options here to go backward and forward through the calendar and quickly go to today's date. And if you want to go to a specific date, you click go to date. You can also zoom in and zoom out as well. So by zooming out, you're breaking it down to quarters and months, and then quarters and months there. Zooming in, you're doing it by month and then by week. Now we're using the timeline view here. So another view we have is called the day view. And what that does, if I go to today, that just gives you a daily view of what's happening. So your bookings will be sorted by those that are departing, those that are staying, and if you've got arrivals, you'll also have another area here for arrivals. So you can choose which view, day view or timeline, suits you best. Okay, making a booking is very simple. You select the start date of a booking and then you can either click new or you can click and drag the customer down to the start date and release. And so our date in is the date we selected, and then you choose the date out. Now I'm going to choose the end of next month, and this calculates the total number of chargeable days. The first day charge and the last day charge are calculated based on the time in and time out, and these are all defaults that you set up under the boarding area of system options. You can adjust these here if you wish. Because we've got our customer selected, it automatically selects the two pets for that customer. You can tick or untick pets which will be in this booking. Okay, the next thing to do is to choose the run that they'll go into. So we click choose run, And this shows all our runs available. Now, if a run has a booking already in it, you'll see something like this, where the dates that run is taken up are highlighted in different colours. So the red means that it's occupied, and then purple means we're checking out on that day. You can filter the runs shown here by run type. So for this one, we're going to put them into a luxury run. So if I choose luxury, you'll just see the luxury ones there. Now, you can tick the run for each day. So for example, if you had a booking in Lux 01 starting on the 29th of August, at that point you could use Lux 02 for this booking. So you can do that for each day, or a much faster way is to just click the run number here, and for each day of a booking it will choose that run for each day. And you can, again, change the runs by ticking and unticking the run number for each date. Once you're finished, click OK, and you'll see the details of a run selected under here, and you'll also have a rate which applies to that particular run. You can change this by typing over the rate there if you've got a custom rate for this customer. Now, we also have some discounts and surcharges that have been calculated, and we set these up in my other video, which was the boarding setup video. So for our second pet, we provide an $8 discount in the luxury run type. So the total for 2 pets would be 50 minus 8, $42 a night. We also set up a 10% discount for bookings over 30 days. So this booking, seeing as though it's 36 chargeable days, that incurs that 10% discount. Okay, we've got the tax calculated there, and then the total for the boarding is calculated there. You can add details of feeding, medication, and other activities in this area here. So we just click on New, and for feeding, we can choose customer supplied food. If it applies to a specific pet, you can choose that pet here. And then you just put in details under here of what they get. 1 cup each of customers' food. Okay, and obviously with feeding, you choose how often you do that. So let's say morning, afternoon, evening. It works out the number of occurrences that will be. And for feeding, there's no charge. But let's say we want to do medication. So we can choose customer supplied medication, and let's say Benny is on antibiotics. So we can add details of antibiotics under here. And you can also enter a rate if you charge extra for providing medicine for the dog. And let's say that's done every morning for Benny. Okay, and lastly, you can add things like activities. So let's say for every 2 days, the dogs will be taken for a swim. And let's say we charge $5 extra for that. Okay, so every 2 days we do it in the afternoon. Oh, we do it in the afternoon. It works out the occurrences and then works out the total for that extra activity. Once we click OK, all those additional services, details of feeding, are added to our booking, and the extra charges there are added to the booking total price. Okay, we can add any notes we want to relating to the booking under the notes screen, and then once we're done, we click OK. We're then prompted to add a deposit. So if you do take deposits, you'll enter in details of that. So let's say they paid a deposit of $100. If you don't take deposits normally with bookings, you can turn this option off so that you're not prompted to enter a deposit. Okay, I'll go OK. Okay, now we're trying to send out a confirmation at this point. I haven't set up my email settings yet, so we can't do that. But if you have set up confirmations, a confirmation will be sent to the customer at that time. Okay, it's just telling me it can't send it out. That's fine. And there we go, there is our booking for Coco and Benny. And if I switch to the day view for the 25th, clicking day view up here, so we can see that we have John Doe, Coco and Benny arriving that day, and our other booking is checked in. Now some of the reports you have available here, so you can run a booking card which provides you with full details on that booking. All the reports in PetLinx can be customized, so you can add your own information to this report, and you can also remove fields if there's too many fields here that you don't need to see. One of the most useful ones is probably the service schedule. So if you run the service schedule for this day, it will give you a list of all the feeding, all the medications, and all the activities to be done on that day. And again, you can customize this. You can add areas here where your employees can, for example, sign off that they've completed all of these activities. And that's it. Thanks for watching.